Hello, my loves. How are you? This is going to be a divine feminine focused message. It's been coming through around this energy around being unbound. I just posted a group that I'm going to be hosting next week in the community tab, but this is really about moving into our sovereignty. And I had a whole bunch of messages that were potentially going to be shared. But as I sat down to do this, I was told that I am to actually pull some cards on what we're not able to see or what's unknown at this time. It feels like there's something new that's wanting to come in to support this energy of being unbound, of moving into our sovereignty and into our freedom. I sort of have this sense that it may be connected to the masculines, but let's see what happens. I'm also going to do an unbound message for the divine and sacred masculine collective as well in the next day or two. But I was guided to start with the feminines. So let's move into this. I will also drop the information for that group. There's two options, one on the 16th at 3 or at 6, and then one on the 17th at 3 Eastern Standard Time. So you can check that out. Apologies. A whole bunch was just coming in very quickly. And it was interesting because I've been getting these messages, but it felt like things were unclear. And then multiple people messaged me for a meditative group session, and it all just sort of came together. And here we are. It also felt like as soon as something landed, a whole bunch started moving. That feels significant to this idea of the unbinding, of being freed from those old roles and moving into the sovereign, interdependent energy. Holy goodness. Sorry, these cards are acting a little funny. This is not usually energy I feel with the feminines. So I know that we're hitting an unknown pocket for sure. Oh, and we got the Two of Cups and the Fool. I want to get a little bit more because it seems like that obvious new beginning in the divine counterpart connections. You know, I always like to dive into the internal union messages, but I actually feel guided to do both. So I'm going to dive into your or our feminine internal union essences, and then we will go into some messages around a new beginning in this divine counterpart connection. Okay. What do we got for the internal union of the feminines? I'm guided to pull from the shaman dream and the priestess of light. Okay. So we have beginner's mind from the internal masculine, which mirrors this Fool card of the new beginning. And we have for the feminine side, Phoenix rising, open connections. So what's actually coming through is that there is potential within the feminines, within your own internal masculine energy that has not been able to see this potential for the new beginning in there's something, sorry, let's see this. There's something internally that is wanting to be unmasked and cleared within your internal union that is actually meant to open your heart to external union. It's coming through that there is a timeline or a potential that is available now or going to be coming available very soon for sacred union energies. And I know I said I was going to do internal union, But now I see why they had me do both, because it's reaching this point where there are several of you who have deepened into your internal union so deeply that the next steps, the next appropriate steps, are actually to start to experience a connection in those physical world, external union energies. Okay. And as I'm feeling into this, what I'm sensing is there are potentially a group of you, because I do feel like this is definitely more than one of you, that this might even be coming in as a surprise. It's kind of this energy and essence that you've been hopeful and you've kind of dropped in into surrendered into knowing that this will come forward if and when it's aligned. But this is coming through that you're being called to actually open your heart and prepare for that potential now. Okay. And approaching it again with this beginner's mind. We're preparing in the now, in the energetics, dropping in the energies into the physical body, opening the heart to this potential connection is actually allowing your full, true energy, essence, and internal union to be seen and to shine, which is what will actually act as this beacon for this new energy to come forward. Okay. So it's reaching this midpoint in the heart space. And there was something in the most recent Patreon video that touched on this as well. That there was, I can't even remember it fully right now. I apologize. If you want to check that out, I'll drop the link for that in the pinned comment as well. But there's something deeper within the feminine's heart space that's wanting to open. And as I'm saying that, I'm actually seeing where the feminines have been working on their heart space. And then there's a deeper point where the connection, the internal union intersects and where it meets up in the heart space with your internal and external sacred masculine counterpart. And it feels like a very personal pocket for you to explore and to intend to open for yourself first. But the feminines are being called to drop deeper into this unknown pocket of her own heart space. What is coming through is that as the feminines have been released from their old roles, unbound from those old roles, and you're in that rest mode, preparing to take action as you're guided, but I also feel like many of you may be experiencing sort of a divine timeout from the universe where you're in this energy of feeling sort of sequestered in your own cocoon. And this is because another level of transformation is taking place. And during this pocket of transformation, you're being called to more deeply open, more internal petals of your own sacred heart space, my loves. Wow, I can feel that. I know we were speaking about the high heart. This feels in connection with the high heart, the voice, the throat, down into the solar plexus. Of course, it's going to move in every directions through the entire chakra system. You see, as I'm literally sharing this message, it's moving up through my voice and obviously up through the crown and down into the roots. But there is a very specific, special space within your heart that is wanting to be activated by you. And although this card did not come up specifically, I do feel called to encourage you to use your own voice, your own breath, your own sacred sound to activate with intention this portion of your heart space. And they're showing me in my mind's eye sort of this lotus flower, like we see, feel, and sense or hear about the chakras sort of opening like lotus petals. And what I'm seeing is sort of this light pink color, but beneath it, I'm seeing some petals, but they're almost like in a bronze or coppery type of energy. And it's been in that protected state for a purpose. But now, as you feel guided and you feel called, you're being called to activate that within your own heart space. Again, it feels like you will receive more deeply your own personal codes and messages in this personal activation and whatever you're also receiving through this video right here and now. And of course, as always, this is also for the masculines here present watching, working within their own sacred feminine energies. I want to get more with this. Whoa. Okay. With the Tower and the Ten of Cups. To me now, with what we're talking about, this feels like that breaking open more deeply into the root chakra of the heart chakra, allowing your full true energy and essence to not only come more deeply into the embodiment of your heart, but also allowing that sacred heart space that's always been activated and available within your heart internally in your human form to open up. It's coming through that you are holding more deep personal codes to activate and bring in your Ten of Cups energy and essence for yourself and for your future. This energy and essence is living within the depths of your own heart as you open up and allow this to be opened within your own energy and essence. Very, very beautiful. I want to see how this connects with the group that I'm offering. So it feels like within the group, we're that unbound energy for any of you who feel called, or you can obviously work with this, just the energy. That's why I'm bringing the messages through. You're welcome to join the group, but clearly it's not necessary for you to be able to work with these essences and activation. So within it, as you're setting that intention to free yourself, to be unbound. It's allowing your own internal masculine essences to be thawed out and for more truth to open up and prevail. This to me right now, this Three of Cups is coming through as a more deep thawing of the karmic energies that we've been talking about on the channel the last few days. This essence sort of feels like a convergence of the messages that have been coming on YouTube and on Patreon, especially over the last 2 or 3 weeks in particular. But there is this combo as you're allowing yourself to open your heart and thaw out any places within yourself where you may still have been in an internal masculine protective stance, where your own internal masculine energies were holding you at bay, protecting you from what's coming through is actually experiencing the full energy of the karmic essences that might be present in your system and in your connection. For those that feel called to that, there's something deeper within you, but also the connection. If this resonates, don't force it if it doesn't. But if you're resonating with this, we're going to go a bit deeper into what's sort of underneath this internal masculine frozen energy that's connected with the karmic energies. Okay. That you're clearing in your system, but also that the masculine may be clearing on his end. Okay, what's coming through before I even pull is actually that The counterparts who are resonating with this are who've been off working on their own karmic energies. There's another deeper layer of thawing that's ready to happen within the shared heart space of the connection to share more deep results of what has been occurring as they've both been working on their respective essences. For those of you here with me, you can work with this by more deeply, like I said, going into your own heart space and intending to thaw that. And if it feels correct and appropriate, asking to share the results with your counterpart and also invite him to share with you as well. All right, what else do we have? The Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. It feels that each will be receiving specific keys and codes and seeds that are going to help them to move forward in whatever is their highest path as sovereign beings, but also as divine counterparts. Each will be unique, so I do not feel guided to dive any deeper into this specifically. But what I am sensing and feeling is that within that group, as we hold that overall sacred space, that it supports that capacity for you to feel the support of the group keys and codes and information. Yet at the same time, how I run mine is you're in your sovereign energy. And there's this very natural, fluid give and take that's protected and guided by the higher self. So you participate in what feels correct and leave the rest. Just like in these messages, just like in any and everything that you're doing. There does feel like a lot with this, and I can see why we're going to go into the messages for the masculine. I'm going to pull one final card actually from the mystical shaman deck to just kind of pull this all together. I do feel like more will definitely be coming with this and over the coming week. Let me know how you guys are feeling with this. The journey. What's coming to me with this is how deeply, see how they're both holding their heart, how deeply this journey is about that internal union in opening your heart to yourself for yourself. And as you become comfortable and confident within that, then you're able to share that out into the external world. And this community, this essence of coming together in unity consciousness gives us a place and a space that feels safe and comfortable to allow ourselves to gently open up to these deeper levels. Again, if you're called, some of you may feel called to stay in your sovereign energy and work within your own essences. Some of you may feel called to join the group and begin to practice with sort of the dance of opening and the stillness and knowing when to open and when to be still. All of those things are sort of coming through. I am sensing that there is most certainly this frozen energy, or, well, let's say it feels frozen because, again, it was in sort of preservation. So this portion of the heart space was in a state of preservation for this specific time, or when you feel guided to your own sovereign specific timing. But this message is coming through to bring your awareness to that sacred chamber within your sacred heart space, my loves. That feels what's most important, that's wanting to come through, is the awareness into that deeper heart chamber. All right, my loves, we're going to leave this here. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And for those that you that feel guided or called, I look forward to seeing you within the group. All right, my loves. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Love you. Bye.